Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Fishley, welcome to my channel. Today you find me on World of Warships, because it's April Fools, and they've got something new. So what has Wargaming cooked up for us this time? Well, they've added a new ship, based on a cartoon series they've been running on their YouTube channel, which is basically there to teach new players what to do and not to do, give or take. The captain in the series, the little fella you can see here, along with his goldfish companion, are regularly seen in a very odd looking little cartoon ship, which is now represented in the game. So what's his stats like? So let's start off with the main battery guns. They're huge, 2 turrets with two 500mm guns in both. They're high rate of fire, low damage, with a very short 9.6km range. But saying that, as you'll see in the upcoming gameplay, the range is not such a critical issue. This little ship also comes with a torpedo tube. I said A because there's only one, but it is 999mm big. It does 10,000 damage, travels at 90 knots, which is very fast, with an 8km range. It's also got a 10-second reload, so there's going to be a lot of them in the water. And when they do 10,000 damage, that's half the health of these ships. So be warned about that and make sure you dodge. This little tub also has anti-air, but since there's no fighters to shoot down in this mode, they're a little decoration, that's it. In terms of mobility, this ship is fairly quick at 30 knots, has a very good rudder shift time of 4.6 seconds. The only big drawback is its turn radius, which about matches a Congo, so it makes dodging those torpedoes just that little bit harder. Concealment's not bad on this little boat. 8.3km is fairly good, which is just a tad shy of your main battery's max range. Now there are 4 versions of this little ship in the game, one for each of the major nations with a tech tree. You have the Japanese with a pokey boat, the Germans with dust boat, the Americans have bottle sheep, and the Russians have the Bathy scrap. Now while these ships are identical in their main stats, they do come with a unique difference. They each get a different consumable, and this can make a difference in the way you play the boat. The Japanese ship, Pokeboat, gets 100 repair consumables that have a very fast cooldown and repair 1000 damage per use. Bottle Sheep, the American boat, gets 100 smoke canisters. Now these smoke canisters are only active for 1 second with a 15-second reload, so they're literally just one puff of circular smoke on the map. So you can hide in them as long as you don't move out. Bathy Scrap, the Russian boat, gets an engine boost consumable, which operates for 20 seconds with a 5-second reload. It boosts the speed by 50%, so this boat, when it's used, can get up to 45 knots, which is a significant advantage when you're trying to dodge those torpedoes. And last off we have the hydrosonic search radar equipped to the German boat, Dust Boat. It operates for 5 seconds with a 10-second reload, 100 charges as per all the others. It jumps the acquisition range of torpedoes out to 6k, and the ship acquisition out to 12. So that's all the stats in the port. Let's go and see how that looks in the game. Right, so here we are in Runeberg in Jacuzzi. As you can see from the background image there, this is not taking place in the ocean. By the way, I've been told that all the names of everything but the Japanese ship somehow play to a submarine theme. So it could be Wargaming announcing something by stealth, or just pulling everyone's leg. I'm going to go with the later. As you can see, all the ships are identical in stats, except for what we already talked about with the different consumables. This is only my second game, so it's going to be bad, I know, but you'll see. It's a fun little match. Right, and all the sounds are unique. You can hear the whine of this ship. The American ships actually have like a bubble, so as you change speed it bubbles a different sound. The guns for the American, I believe, Germans, are literally the captain going pew, whereas for the Japanese and the Russians it sounds like springs, as you'll listen and hear. Wargaming really did a nice job with this map. It looks like bath toys. fire at them, see if I can do anything. I was hoping these islands would be interactive in some ways. Sadly, it doesn't look like the case, but it'd be hilarious if we could move them around. And there's the first enemy, and it's another pokeboat. Now, I'm firing AP rounds, and the reason for that, they do slightly more damage, and these ships don't seem to have correct armor. For the most part, every shell of AP you fire generally does good damage. Yeah, every shell of AP generally does a significant amount of damage, but it's actually fairly hard to aim. And I'll say, okay, I'm not the best at aiming in the game. Oh, torpedo! Throw it in reverse, hard to port. Am I gonna dodge? Yes, I am. Okay, that was one of those gigantic 199mm torpedoes, which look like every other torpedo in the game. But yeah, hey, what am I to say? And the enemy pokeboat's dead. So now my job is to close and try and get into the fight. This is the only time the shorter range really dictates the fight. There we are. It's a dust boat. Open fire. I didn't give enough lead then. You'll find you miss a lot more in this mode, I find. The ships are shorter and stockier, so aiming at them is a bit weird. I found that, especially with the fast rudder shift time, they can start turning or look like they're about to turn really sharply, and then immediately straighten out and your shots are going to miss by miles. With the Russian boat, with its extra speed boost, that can be exasperated.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
You see here, me using my consumable, I've still got 97 of them left. And each time I use them, they give me an extra 1,000 health back. Which, on a boat that only has 20,000 health, that's not bad.
The ship is on fire.
Now we can set on fire,
Problem solved, sir.
which is probably going to be bad.
The ship is on fire.
My aim in this mode is just terrible. I have no excuses. No, actually I have a ton of excuses. I've given them all. So this pokeboat's put up a good fight. He can also repair his health. I've got to keep remembering to spam the T button. Now you can see there, I've dropped the torpedo, and I'm going to hope to hit the bottle ship. Will I? Probably not. He's sailing away.
Critical engine damage.
Now you'll find a lot of people ramming each other in this game mode, and there's a simple reason for that, as I'll explain later. Oop. There's the American popping his smoke. Might just repair again and see if I can shoot this bottle ship. Now, I've kind of got exposed here. I'm taking on 1v many, but I can't help it since my team is already dead. Ooh, took a lot of damage on that last couple hits.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Torpedoes, direct front.
Taking a lot of fire here, I'm probably going to die soon. Missed that torpedo. Can't miss the shell, so... Well, there it is. That's the Jacuzzi mode, as it's known internally as Wargaming, and Runeberg in Jacuzzi, as it's known in the game. it's a fairly fun mode, and there's a big advantage to playing this. If you manage to do 10,000 damage in a match, depending on what boat you're sailing, there are specific mission rewards that are well worth it. Let's have a quick look at those. So here are the missions. They're all repeatable. They each come with 3 flags, which are very nice to have, and a premium consumable and 50,000 credits. Be warned, the consumable does not match up to the consumable the ship uses all the time, so take care when you're trying to farm these things. Specifically, Bottle Ship and Pokeboat swap their premiums. So if you want premium smoke, you got to play Pokeboat. If you want premium repairs, play Bottle Ship. Don't ask me why Wargaming swapped these two when the other two are matching up. So that was a quick rundown of the 2016 April Fool's Runeberg and Jacuzzi mode. How do I like it? Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a great way to get flags and consumables. The missions are fairly quick. The battles are over within a relatively short time. Now, I did mention that I'd tell you why there was a lot of people ramming each other. Because of those missions. If you hit someone and ram them and kill them, or even kill yourself, that's immediately 20,000 damage. Therefore, you get the mission done. Hopefully not everyone does it, but I can foresee that being a problem. Wargaming might have to step in and add a caveat saying ramming damage does not count. That's the only way I can see this mode not devolving into just a bunch of head-on collisions. But if you're still here at this point, thank you for watching. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.